Okay, tell me I'm not the only person who always likes to click into the comment section to see what's happening. I don't really comment on social media unless I'm responding to you guys or tagging a friend when I see something funny. However, a lot of behaviors I've seen on the internet just completely baffle me. You know how we can click into the comment section and expand the threads, right? So sometimes I will be finding two complete strangers, like internet strangers, they would be fighting in that thread. And when you click the expand, it's like infinity long. That just got me thinking, like, why? Why would you even let an internet stranger get under your skin? And here is something I just cannot comprehend. Why would you even waste your time and energy on an internet stranger? That's somebody that you don't even know. Why would you even do that? That doesn't make any sense to me. Because if it was me, I would just block. Because I would never give a bum satisfaction. Today's story involves two Chinese aunties who have never met before, who had no relations whatsoever, who don't even hail from the same city, but for some reason, they were beefing with each other on the internet for 16 years, from China to Canada. And ultimately, this online beef turned into a real crime. So what happened? Let's talk about it. In 2005, a Shanghainese lady who goes by the name Shen Qingqing, we're just gonna call her Qing in today's video, and she began the process of immigrating to Canada. So she found a Chinese forum for immigrants. She started browsing all the threads and making posts, and she just wanted to mentally acclimate and prepare herself for the new life. And now let's introduce another lady who goes by the name Lu Jing. We're just gonna call her Lulu in today's video. So she's born and raised in Henan, but resides in Shenzhen. She had a very comfortable lifestyle, and her plans of immigrating to Canada was also in the pipeline. But she's actually famous. Not famous, infamous, notorious on that website, because the netizens always describe her as someone who always likes to boast about her wealth and looks down on people who are less fortunate. She just had a very nasty attitude towards poor people. She just thought she was the elite. She was the 1%, the top echelon. And she would often say things like, immigration is not for the broke. If you come without money, you will end up in the restaurant serving dishes. Yeah, she just had a beef with poor people for some reason. She just doesn't like people with no money. So the netizens on the forum, they didn't really like about her attitude or her style of writing. But they couldn't really do anything about it because she's just like a chihuahua. She will attack any bad commentaries. If you ever step on her toes or if she just doesn't like you in general, she will write a 10-page essay and dedicating to drag you from A to Z. Y'all, I really need to get another microphone. Not because of this microphone is bad, it's because when I'm doing my makeup, I have a lot of motions and this one here makes me very restricted. I can't really move, you know? It's like, oh, I need to get a clip-on microphone. And Qing is a new member who just joined this forum. And the first day in, she already saw all the posts coming from Lu, talking about how immigration is not for the broke. Then she's like, okay, who the fuck are you? Who are you to tell people how should they immigrate? And obviously she's triggered, and she started taking a deep dive on all of Lu's previous posts. She started commenting and clapping back on every single thread. She was thinking, okay, I don't believe you're that rich. Everybody lies on the internet. With that attitude, you're probably broke as fuck. So she's on a mission to prove that Lu is not as rich as she claims to be. She's determined to tear that facade down. She's like, just wait, bitch. And just like that, an online feud spent in 16 years officially began. Bitch, did you subscribe already? Because the last time I checked, you didn't even like, comment, subscribe. What is going on here? I'll give you 3 seconds and do it now. You did it? Okay, let's go back to the story. So every time when Lu posted something new, Ching will be the first one to comment. Okay, and this day, Lu posted her new designer bag on a forum, and Ching, she zoomed in. She started looking at all the monograms, the stitchings. She started authenticating the bag. And now, listen, I don't know how knowledgeable she is when it comes to designer bags, but I don't think she's an authenticator. Okay? But she was 100% certain. She's like, you know what? This bag, fake as fuck. Okay? She's wearing fake shit. She's 100% sure. So right after Lulu's post, Ching also made a post calling Lulu out for wearing fake designer bag. She's like, you're a con artist and who the fuck are you trying to fool? Your bag is fake as fuck and I saw your artifice. You think we're stupid? Other people on the forum, they were instigated. They were taking Ching's side because Lulu had burned a lot of bridges and nobody liked her because of her nasty attitude. And after receiving so many support and backups from the netizens, Ching just felt heroic. She just felt like she's fighting a dragon and protecting the village. She just felt like, wow, this feels good. Not long after the post, Lulu clapped back. She made a post exposing Ching's real identity because apparently Lulu doxed her. I think she paid someone to do that, but Lulu said you're a divorced woman. And the reason why you're moving to Canada is because you're ostracized by your own people. And then Ching responded saying, you look down on the people who have less money than you. But the truth is you're the one who lives in welfare, isn't it? The animosity between the two was escalating. And it gradually grew from a personal conflict to a situation where netizens had to pick sides. It's either Lulu or Ching on the forum. Now, which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments. It was until when the webmaster blocked both of their accounts that only shut them up for like what? Probably 2 days. Okay. And now they're both mad about the webmaster for blocking their accounts. They were probably thinking, okay, who the fuck gave you the courage to block my account? So surprisingly, they unanimously started attacking the webmaster. And that was the only time, also the last time, they were in unity. They were like, let's work together. Let's drag him to the filth. So they dragged him. They dragged the webmaster hard. Not even the webmaster himself, his whole family tree, his 18 generations were also included. Then the webmaster was like, you know what? I don't get paid enough for this bullshit. And then he blocked their accounts. Their quarrel subsided after they moved to Canada, and it kind of just marked the beginning of a new chapter. New environment, new lifestyle, neighborhood, everything was fresh. Okay, they're now retired. They had all the time and energy to just explore the country and just have the best life. It's common for us to force habits around certain things and making them very hard to break unless we are consciously force ourselves to break it. For example, a lot of people will start their day by immediately checking on social media on their phone. Is that you, bitch? Is it you? I know it's you. And that also goes to our girl, Ching. So she's just a lady who likes forums. And you know, back in the days, forums are the shit. You gotta admit that. Okay, so she just got to Canada and haven't even situated yet. She already found a Chinese forum for immigrants. You know, she might not know how many letters in Vancouver, but she can definitely tell you which forum has the most Chinese population in her sleep. So she goes on a forum, signs up a new account, and she starts browsing on all posts, and well, shit. Look who she finds. Her arch nemesis, Lulu. Yeah, because apparently Lu got to Vancouver before Ching because Lu's family immigrated to Canada under the Skilled Worker Program in July 2005. And unexpectedly, they both lived in the same city. And if that's not serendipity, I don't know what is, okay? Then Ching immediately started commenting on Lulu's post. She's like, look who it is. Aren't you the con artist from before? I don't care if you wanted to make a fool of yourself, but don't embarrass all Chinese people. Then Lulu clapped back saying, do you even have audacity, bitch? You changed your name and acquired 2 passports and you're taking advantage of dual citizenship. Because according to Lulu, after Qing immigrated to Canada, she changed her name to Catherine. Oh, I am embarrassing all Chinese people? You moved to Vancouver to just wash dishes. You think everybody is dumb, they're gonna believe your fallacy? And the only person who should be embarrassed is you broke ass bitch. So everybody on the forum, they were just like, okay, what did I miss? I've just gone out to buy a sandwich. In 2009, Lulu was renting out her basement on a forum. And Qing just refused to believe that Lulu was actually a homeowner. So she sent someone to pretend to be a potential buyer to check if everything was legit. And come to find out, Lulu was indeed a homeowner. She actually owned the house. So Qing was actually renting at the time. And seeing Lulu had owned properties in Vancouver, she just became salty and upset. Beyond personal attacks, they started doxing each other, exposing personal information and breaching privacy. And Qing started maligning Lulu's son, calling her son as a degenerate, and he would never get into good schools. But get this. It just happened that Lulu's son was an exemplary student. He got into a lot of Ivy League schools, including Harvard. And that just became a dagger plunged into Qing's heart. She's like, oh, what the fuck? So Qing was struggling to accept that Lulu seemed to be successful in all areas. She has money, she has properties, 还有一个争气的儿子。Which means striving to excel. When Lu mentioned that her son was planning to major in applied mathematics, I don't even know what applied mathematics is, okay? Qing went extra mile. She even emailed Harvard to inquire about this major. Then Harvard responded saying, yes, we do have this major, but this major is only for grad students. Then Qing was like, got you, bitch. Then Qing made a post questioning the validity of Lulu's statements. Are you guys sure that her son got into the applied mathematics major? Again, I don't know what that is. What is applied mathematics? Don't be deceived by this con artist. She had fooled so many people who were just as gullible as you guys but wealthier. No, I'm not her fan. I am her arch nemesis and I will expose every lie that she fabricates. Period. A few months later, Lulu posted a picture of herself sending her son to Harvard, confirming everything was legit. But I don't know if her son was still in that major because she said the major was only for the grad students. Maybe they changed the major, I don't know. Okay. But yeah, that was true. And once again, Qing just refused to believe that everything was legit. She was like, anyway, I don't believe this. This is impossible. So she contacted Lulu's son's high school. She was asking them, hey, is there any Chinese boy got accepted into Harvard? And the school confirmed this. They were like, yes, we do have a Chinese student who got accepted into Harvard. So all the information matched except for the last name. Then she was like, I knew there was something. I knew something was off. There's something. Okay, a different last name, she was like. So bitch, you've been divorced too. So what is all the kettle calling the pop like shit about? Huh? Then Qing made a post talking about how Lulu was divorced and how she got dumped by her ex-husband. Then Lulu clapped back saying, you're ugly broke bitch. Your face is square like medicine. You're a stray dog, garbage, abominable piece of shit. Your loose sportwear makes you look like an old auntie selling tickets on a bus. Then she also claimed that Qing's son is dumb and epileptic. She's very creative, okay? Then Lulu also emailed Qing's husband and telling the husband that he should dump Qing because she was an uneducated woman without virtue. Yeah, she's not playing. Okay, I'm gonna put some falsies and draw some eyeliners. I'll be right back. On January 27th, 2013, Lulu sent an email to Qing's husband, and the email reads, "All women in your family are bitches, and your bastard son cannot even be enrolled in any indecent post-secondary school." On May 26, 2013, another email was sent by Lulu, and the email reads, "Your bitch is caterwauling again, almost 50-year-old and still seduces 30-year-old men. What a shame." At the time, Lulu owned a cafe, and occasionally as the owner, she will serve the customers by herself, which is normal in my opinion. So Qing saw that, and she took that as an opportunity. She snapped some pictures and posted them on the forum, tried to discredit her. She's like, "Everybody look, Lulu is making ends meet by selling coffee. Oh my god, look at her. She's not as affluent as she claimed to be. Such a fake bitch." And on top of that, she was spreading rumors about Lulu's husband, who was a tutor. And eventually, Lulu had to sell the cafe, and I don't know if that was the main reason why Lulu sold the cafe, because I just feel like making a rumor about somebody who works at a cafe is not gonna hurt the business unless Qing was spreading other rumors about like, oh, there are probably cockroaches in the coffee. Well, that's going to be more detrimental than saying Lulu works at a cafe, right? And in April 20, without any prior agreement, and both of them simultaneously sued each other. As a result, they're both plaintiffs and defendants. This situation is referred to joinder of parties. I actually Googled this. So, joinder of parties means the court resolves two cases in one setting. Lu claimed that Qing constantly fabricated rumors about her, tarnishing her and her family's reputation. And she also asserted that her and her family's, not her family, her husband's career were also damaged by her words. Qing was calling her a liar, a slut, and a bitch, and someone who deceives and swindles others. And on the other hand, Qing claimed that she had been suffering from constant bullying and insults for over a decade, which led to a severe depression. And Lu had called her the most famous cheap woman of Shanghai. And the judge who was in charge of this case, she was trying to meticulously review all the details, only to find out that this was the most ridiculous case that she ever encountered in her career. She was like, what the fuck? Why would two complete strangers be fighting on the internet for over a decade? That makes no sense. Since it was a civil case, the judge was trying to be as unbiased as possible, just split the baby down the middle. So she ordered Lu to pay Qing $8,500 and Qing to pay Lu $9,000. The reason why there's an additional $500 is because Qing was still making posts after Lulu had sued her, after Lulu had filed the first lawsuit. Like, she wasn't listening. She's like, I'm gonna post whatever the fuck I want. So that's why there's an additional $500 that she had to pay. Now, from a bystander's perspective, to me, I think it's completely fair to ask Qing to pay the extra $500, especially she was specifically told not to post anything, but she wasn't listening. She was like, you know what, I'm gonna destroy that bitch. But to Qing, she just felt like, okay, this is not fair. I'm not gonna pay the $500. I'm only gonna pay the half of it. And a year later, Look took Qing back to the court. She sued her for refusing to pay that additional $500. Oh, no. Hold on. She also sued her for not deleting the posts and for contempt of court, and she should be, and I quote, most severely punished, and according to Lu. Now, the previous court hearings were online due to COVID, but in May 2021, Qing requested an in-person date at the Vancouver court, so they had to meet in person. And before the hearing, Qing drank a bottle of wine for courage, and she was dressed in red. There's actually a reason why she dressed in red. I'm gonna tell you in a sec, but can you guess? When she arrived at the court, she went through a COVID-19 check at the entrance of the building and found the courtroom. Security camera footage later showed Ching pacing up and down the hall around 10 a.m. She was holding a filleting knife in one hand and a household hammer in another. She entered the courtroom and she started stabbing Lulu again and again and again. The reason why she was wearing red was to hide the blood splatter. And you're probably gonna ask, how could she bring weapon to the court? Isn't there security checks? Yes, there was, but apparently somebody wasn't doing their job. Lulu was screaming and crying in pain, and she was yelling, "Help! Please help! She's trying to kill me!" Well, she's trying to block all the stabbing. And initially, when the security guards heard the commotion, they thought it was a seagull squawking. Because such incidents never happened at the Vancouver court before, it actually took them a minute to finally realize, oh, somebody was being stabbed at the courtroom. So the court clerk hit the panic button. That's how the sheriff came to the scene, arrested Ching. Immediately, Lulu was taken to the hospital with the injuries to her head, her vein, her lung, and her heart. The result of 10 stabbings from each weapon. But fortunately, they were non-fatal and she survived. There's some Chinese article saying she got stabbed 60 times by Ching. Then I was like, ain't no way she got stabbed 60 times and still survived. So I'm quoting from the Canadian website. On February 14th, 2023, Ching was convicted of attempted murder, aggravated assault, assault with a weapon, and a possession of a dangerous weapon. And the prosecutor said not only she was a lucky murderer because Lu had survived, there's not a scintilla of remorse from her, and she's maintained unjustified in her actions. The prosecutor also said her alcohol consumption acted as liquid courage, as well as a convenient excuse for her to say she couldn't remember certain episodes after the attack. And at the end of the day, it is her hatred towards Miss Lu that motivated her to do what she did. She did it in the courtroom, which is the seat in our society, the very forum that people come to resolve differences peaceably. The message has to be, this cannot be tolerated. Ching's lawyer stated that she had a stable life before meeting Lu, and as their feud intensified, her mental health began to deteriorate. She started drinking daily and neglecting her son, and her life just spiraled out of control and crumbled due to this one individual. She believed that Lu was trying to kill her and boil her son to death in oil. We all experience stress, but many don't experience a decade-long deterioration of our life. It is an important mitigating circumstance. They were fighting for 6 years, minus the years she had already served, but ultimately, she was sentenced for 12 years, and given time served, she will still be in jail for 8 years. In the end, Lu said, "I feel like I was being tortured. I come to Canada for a peaceful life, and I never thought I would run into a person like her. I almost died in court. Even when I was lying on the court floor bleeding, she was still saying, 'It's her fault, it's her fault.'" Lulu just could not fathom how pursuing a civil court case would almost come at the cost of her life. They say the endurance of hate outlasts the fleeting nature of love. 16 years, that is the time of two complete strangers had no relations whatsoever spend their time and energy hating on each other. Jealousy can take us to a dark place. Never project your feeling onto a stranger and conjure into an imaginary rival. Is it really worth it? Spending your retirement years when you could have just lived your best life? I guess they were right. When you embark the journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a story about how an online bickering turned into a real-life nightmare. I would like to hear your opinions. Let me know in the comment section. As always, be safe, be vigilant, and take care.